Welcome back everyone. I'm Jewel. Today we're in the Giants editor. I'm in the Jewel's Peaceful Valley map. And we've been working on the fence here, but I'm going to take a break from the fence. I may end up doing some fence off screen so that it's not so tedious and you have to watch all the fence be put down. But essentially I'm planning on making, uh, I might show this part maybe in a few episodes from now, but I'm gonna make it out a little further, maybe make it come in a little, put a gate, and then bring it back, go this way. Probably take it on down, curve it, take it around the property, potentially, and bring it back. Have a gate, obviously, in certain spots, bring it on back around. But today, to get a little different aspect of map making, I'm gonna just start placing some stuff in the main farm area, right around here. Now we already have a bicycle, it looks like. So we got one bike. We could add a few more. Let's see what we got. We got this. We got flower pots. So we got some stuff. So let's go ahead and have a look in this other map, which is the Ravenport map. And let me look down here. What do we got? We got a little bin. This is the same bike, it looks like. Yeah, same bike. Alright, let's look around. Okay, there's a garbage can. We're gonna need a garbage can. So, let's look. Property of the city, huh? I don't know. What is that on top of it? Okay, it's a lamp. So we need stuff, different things, obviously. Let me pull it up. Let's go to this. Okay, so we'll take the whole lamp if we're gonna take it. Okay. I mean, we could use something like that there. And this little step ladder. You can even put cones on the map, but we're not ready for that yet. We haven't built much yet. Let's see what we got here. But essentially, you want to look around, find what you like, and then you can put it on your map. Or you can look at another map, like someone else's map, and take little bits and bobs off of it. Alright, so what we're going to do is go ahead and take that. Something simple. Alright, so make sure you have the entire thing like highlighted. Now, obviously this would take this piece too. So they're a set apparently. So it would should take more than that. Let me see. Looks like it's quite a few things there. Let me check that one and that one. Okay, and then we just have the viz. Okay, so we'll take both. We'll take the whole group. Alright. And I'm gonna go ahead and copy this over here on the right side. Transform the name garage outside. Copy. And we're gonna go ahead and, since we have it all highlighted, we're gonna hit File, Export Selection with Files. We're going to go to, we can go to the Objects folder. Basically, you back out, you go to the map you want to put it on, Maps, and then put it in a folder that you think it matches. Like if it's a tree, put it in a tree folder, house, so on and so forth. This would be an object, so we'll just stick it in an Objects folder. We're going to right click and paste, this file name, garage outside. Hit save, yes, and yes on that. Now we're going to jump back to this, my map, Jewel's Peaceful Valley, and we'll probably put this out back. Let's see. We're going to hit File, Import. We're going to find the i3D file of the garage outside, click on it, and then open it, and then going to hit Control B while it's highlighted and put it where you want it. So obviously we're going to have to break it apart from this section, but that's the main group that it's in. So we would have to finalize it, and then we'll have to open it and move each individual piece where we want it. So so what is this? A lamp. Okay, so we'll put it over here in the corner, like he just had it sitting there, never did nothing with it. Let's spin it around. He hasn't used it yet. Okay, now we're gonna get this. Okay, so that one, I better make sure I didn't just move the viz. Let me make sure. Okay, you need to make sure you click the whole group, because if you just move the viz, you're gonna have problems. So don't you just move the viz, move the whole piece to it. So now we're gonna jump down to, where's the other one at? Here it is, right there. Make sure you get the whole piece, and then it'll bring all this with it. You don't want to just click this, or you won't get it all. You'll just get the viz, which just means the visibility of it. It'll be invisible. It's kind of like a collision thing or whatever. It's part of it, but not the main part. So, alright, let's set this on the ground. We'll set it probably right there. Drag it back a little. Let me see. Okay. Now I can see. Okay, we're too close to the house. Alright. And I think that one's gonna be... Let me move it over here, because the view we were in... See how the view changes it? It's like super different. Wow. Okay. And now it's saying they're up there. Wow. I think it's because we moved the whole group together. Might have to break them apart. Can't even see the green. There it is. That's weird. I don't know. I'm gonna have to test it. I'll have to test it. So we'll just jump on over here. Put that down. Just set it by it. Alright, so that's good enough for now. So that's good. We'll close that. I'll check it later in game. Now we need to pick something else, so let's jump back. And we could pick this ladder. Let's see what it's showing. Okay, so it's showing it on its own. Let's see. So that's a whole group. I don't really want to take the whole group. I just want the ladder. So I'm just going to do the ladder in this case. Export selection with files. We're going to put ladder short 0, 1. Okay. Ladder capital S short 0 and 1. I'm naming it what it is here. That's on purpose. I do that. Alright. Yes and yes. You can technically name it whatever you want. But you would have to make sure you have everything you need. Alright. So we got all that. Now we're going to jump back in here. Come to this side. Control B. Actually, no. We've got to import it. File, import, pick it, open it, and then it's already highlighted. Control B and place it down, and then spin it if you want it adjusted, and turn it here and put it about right there. Okay, so we're not all the way down for some reason. Oh, I know what it's doing. Okay, when you have, it's probably a trigger, and it's when you're setting something down on here, it's going to be in the trigger of that door that opens. So that's why it wasn't going all the way down. So it's probably, it could potentially set this on top of the trigger in game. So if that's what happens, just move it out of the trigger. See, there's a trigger. So if it does that, then it's setting it on top of this trigger box. So you have to watch out for that. But anyway, we'll set that there. So now we have that, and let's get at least one or two more things. Let's go have a look. We are going to get some of these cones, but just not right now. We really don't need some of that right now. I would like to look for a different garbage can. What's all in here? We're sneaking in their building. Okay, nothing in there I won't. What's this, a ladder? I kind of like that ladder, but it's a big one. Well, let me look at it. Aluminum. I like it, but I'm not ready for it yet. So I'm going to hold off on that. Okay. We could put this. See this little, if I can get to it, this meter. Oh, they built it into the house. We can't use it. Now sometimes if you open up this thing here, you could break stuff down, but I don't think most of this is break. You can break most. Oh, well, you can break that part down, but it's got all this extra to it. And if you can't open it and get just that part, oh, you can. See, sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. Okay. Let me scroll in. Okay, so we can get that part. Okay, we can get it. We can get it separate. How about that? So I'll get the little gas meter. File. Export selection with files. I don't know if I can see all the name. Gas meter. Small. And I'll put USA. I don't know if there's any more to it, but I'll check in a minute. It's really not important. Alright, hit save. Yes and yes. I'm just gonna go over and see if there was any more. Okay, so 01. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So let's go back in here. And we're gonna go File, Import, and we're gonna pick the one we just did, open it up, Control B, place it down, and pick a spot you want it. Let me think. Probably over here on the back side, because you want it out of the way. So we'll put it up against the house here. Notice how it went up. You gotta watch that. Make sure you get in there where you can see it. So let's back it up to the house. Don't put it past it, but and just enough into the ground. Then come where you can see it. And I think we're good, because you don't want that in the wall, I don't think, on that particular piece. If you have to, you can always adjust it afterward. But I think that's good, so we'll put it there. So now they got their gas hooked up. And I guess we'll go ahead and go back and get this piece. Well, we was gonna get just that piece, but we're gonna have to make it. We're gonna have to open it up to get it. Okay, so it's down here. Open it back up right here. So we'll get that part. We'll export that with files and put gas box let's see, 01. Okay, save and yes. Jump back to the map. Roll in where we want it. Import. Choose the one you did. Open. It's already highlighted, so Control B, and then you can drag it down, back, move it over. We're going to stick it up on this wall. Go up a little more. And then we'll roll in where we can see it. And then put it up against the wall. Just make sure you touch it enough that you're there, but not so much it's going inside. Okay, so that's good. Looks fine. Alright, we'll call that good. So now they got that. So we're getting somewhere. Don't forget to always save it. Hit save right here when you're satisfied with what you're doing, or if you've done some work. You don't want to do a ton of work and never save, because if it crashes on you, you're going to lose hours and hours of work. So try to save regularly. See how the box goes around the building? So I don't know if you have a problem in game to where stuff pops up on the top of this little trigger, that'll be why. So you'll have to work on that to make sure, because anytime you have a trigger, sometimes the things will pop up on top of it. So, but anyway, I guess we could grab a few more things. Let's just go have a look, make some decisions about some of our future plans. Obviously, there's an air conditioned thing, but our house don't really need that per se. We could use it for some other houses. Let me see, there was something up here. So one of these big ones, we don't need a big air conditioning thing. Okay, so let's just cruise around on the map a little. It's kind of not a lot. Look, here's a place under construction. Like if you wanted some of this wood, obviously you can put that on your own property, and you could have a wood pile. You wouldn't have to have a place under construction, to have that. So then of course there's another wheelbarrow. There's a saw. Now see, if we put our shed in there, we'll eventually start getting saws and things like that. You have, here's the garbage cans I was looking for, ones that didn't have that writing on it. At least I'll have to see. They might still all have that writing on it. Yep. So it won't matter. So we need to get us a garbage can. I guess we'll get a blue one. And let's make sure we have the whole group to it, the whole part. Okay, so we're good on that. So file, export selection with files, and we're going to name it. Obviously I'm going to cancel that because I want to see the whole name. Best to go ahead and just copy paste, copy, file, export selection with files, then paste it. And obviously you have to put it in the file you want, so if you're not falling in the right spot, don't put it there. You'd have to change it. Then hit save, yes and yes. Jump back to the map, hit import. It's pretty easy when you get going and you learn the process. It's not that hard. The biggest thing is making decisions. You're like, what do I want? So that's the biggest part. Put that down here. Looks like it came on unselected. Okay, so now I'll come down. Alright, so where are we? We're still out. We're in the front of the house, apparently. Yep. So we'll bring the garbage around back. So let's scroll to the back. We'll put it over here, I suppose. Actually, we need it closer to the road. So, oh, we do have a garbage can, my bad. Well, we'll have two. I didn't even notice that we had a garbage can. Okay, so we'll have this one as well. So let's go Control B. We'll put it on the side of the house right here. Come on down. Get that ready. Alright, so we're just gonna back it up to the house. Pretty straight for the most part. And that's good. Just have a look. Looks fine. We could turn it just a little bit, but that's good. Alright, so now we have that. And let's see. We'll do a few more things before we end it, the episode. So let's jump back. Obviously we're gonna do our roads pretty soon, probably. I'm still debating, but I think that's what I'm gonna do first. I'm really considering it, doing the roads first, just to give me more firm locations of where to put things, if that makes any sense. Okay, so there's water jugs, so we needed some of them. Alright, let's get a water jug. That one's empty and that one's full, so we're gonna get one of each. Of course, we could get the whole group. Let me look. What is it? Oh, all that brooms and oh, I don't want all the extra stuff. Not at least not all in one go. Let's just get this water jug full one. Alright, file, export selection with files, and type it in. Full, and hit save. Save, and yes, and yes. And then jump back. Alright, so we do need a water jug. I think that I saw one inside that, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see, where are we going to put our water? Let me look. We could set it on the back porch, but let me see. I don't want to block up any walk room. I might set it right here on the ground for now. Alright, let's import it. And pick the one that we chose. Full water bottle, open. Control B, put it down. Okay. So now we gotta roll in a little bit. Bring it down. And then back and over. Okay. Does that look good? Let's bring it back a little more. I think that's good. Alright. So now we have a water jug, like pretend it was delivered to us or what have you. So we're good on that. And I think we'll do one or two more things and then we'll call it an episode. Looks like this bike has been worked on. I kinda like that. I used to like to work on stuff like that. Okay, so we'll do this. We're gonna go file. Well, first we're gonna highlight, make sure it's the full thing. Okay, so that's the whole kit. We'll take the whole thing. We'll take it. Okay, so let's take this and copy and hit file, export selection with files, copy, paste, save and say yes and yes, and then go back, hit file, import, choose the bike, open, control B, put it down. Okay, so where do we want it? Do we want it in the way or out of the way? Let me roll in and see where we want it. We don't want it there. For some reason this is all weird looking. The way they've got that. I don't know why. Okay. Let's make sure we have the whole group selected. Let me see. Bring it over. Back. Over. Okay, so over isn't exactly over. So this is difficult. There we go. Alright, so I think out of the way just a bit is going to be our best bet. So we're just going to slide it down till it touches. Alright, that should be good. We're going to click off in the distance. And as long as nothing's floating, we should be good. Okay. So they set it up. They're getting it ready. Uh-oh, this has got grass in there. Oh, I see. Huh. Let me check it. So I don't know why the bucket looks that way. There. Okay, I fixed it. Now it's good. And I think the bikes should be okay. Alright, so that's good enough. But anyway, that's what you do, because we're going to start bringing all kind of things in here. The fence takes a while, so that's just tedious. As you can see, there's lots of stuff we're going to be doing. I'm probably going to go ahead and scout out what I want to do about my roads. I might do a little bit off screen of adjusting slightly some of this terrain so that when I do my streets, that I can lay it in pretty quickly. I mean, as quickly as you can. Streets aren't the fastest always, but you know. But I want to have a good idea of what I want to do with my streets, and then I'll probably do that next, unless I just decide to start randomly placing buildings and then do my streets. So, but I'm leaning more toward doing my streets first. But I'm gonna make a final decision very soon. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna call this an episode. I don't want to make it too long. I want to try to keep them all kind of short, where you can learn as you go and see things, you know, in more of a real time thing, so that you can see how to do it if you need to know. And appreciate all the new subscribers. Stay tuned for more map making and us working on Jules Peaceful Valley. And appreciate all the new support. So if you haven't already, hit the like button if you like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.